What does he call it?
Well, XR handle or something? Or,
I don't know. I'll tell you.
Spring handle,
pretty awesome
Yeah,
though.
spring.
as opposed to the mag handle.
Springing.
Oh yeah, so much better.
$30, huh?
Yeah, something like that.
Holy cow.
Right? third of the
works
price.
great.
And it's rough and tumble. I've scratched the hell out of it.
Oh yeah.
What happens in Vegas stays in Vegas. That's what they say, at least. Well, on this Las Vegas trip, I had a few experiences that I want to share because while I didn't gamble a penny, I did leave the city feeling like I had hit the jackpot. In this video, I want to talk about the Onewheel Pint, specifically how well the Pint does on group rides. Before we get into that, let's talk about this Las Vegas ride. I had the opportunity to ride with some great guys from the Las Vegas Onewheel group. Special thanks to everyone who showed up for this ride, and a big thank you to Vache for letting me use his Onewheel XR while he rode on his Onewheel Pint. We initially had plans to ride the Las Vegas Strip, but a big desert rainstorm and then crowded conditions on the Strip made us reschedule and relocate. It seemed like our luck was down. Anyone who's spent time on the Las Vegas Strip knows how busy the sidewalks can get with tourists, people dressed up as showgirls, superheroes, cartoon characters, and people handing out little flyers. So there's a little bit of something for everyone. There's just not much room for one-wheeling fun on the Strip, unless you go during the off hours. The actual main street on the Las Vegas Strip is not very one-wheel friendly. There are no real bike lanes to be found, probably because it gets too hot most of the year for people to want to even ride on a bike. And you have to be careful for distracted drivers, because there are certainly a lot of distractions on the Strip to draw your eyes off the road. Another thing I noticed about the Las Vegas Strip was the lack of rental electric scooters and bicycles that you see in many big cities. This is also probably because of the congested sidewalks and lack of bike lanes in and around the Las Vegas Strip. For those reasons, we decided not to ride on the Strip and instead ended up riding at Sunset Regional Park, which was perfect. Big, wide open trails, great for a relaxing cruise. We had all sorts of riders, some who were very experienced, to others who had just started riding the week before. Most were on XRs, but Vache, the creator of the Onewheel Thong, which you can see in my Onewheel Hacks video, he rode on a Pint. I've been on group rides with Pints in the past. For example, in my New York City Day 1 video, Mario Contino let me ride his XR while he rode on his Pint, and he shares his frustrations about not being able to keep up with me and the XR. You can check that out, the link's right here. This raises the question, can the Pint keep up on group rides? The answer is, it depends. It depends on three factors: the group, the rider, and the ride. Let me explain. First off, the group. If you guys ride with all Pints, V1s, and Pluses in your group, then there's no problem. When you start mixing in the XRs, then you start running into issues. You see, the Pint gives you pretty strong pushback at around 14 miles an hour, while the XR can cruise comfortably beyond that. Pint riders will find themselves consistently falling behind the pack, having a hard time trying to keep up. This is all group dependent though. Riders tend to self-select and separate during group rides. The speed racers will take off, sometimes never to be seen. Tricksters will look for a feature and just hang out, doing tricks. Cruisers, like me, we just like to soak in a leisurely ride at an effortless pace, enjoying the scenery and conversation. If your group is composed of mostly speed racers and you have issues being the last one in the group, don't bring a Pint. If your group has a good mix of riders like this Las Vegas group, by all means bring the Pint. It's going to be fun. The next consideration when it comes to the Pint is the rider. Skill, riding style, and rider weight to be specific. Less skilled riders, aggressive riders, heavy riders, they tend to see a drop in the already low range of the Pint. This may not be a problem if you have convenient charging locations nearby, but the slow charging rate of the Pint can be an issue. Pints and Plus riders tend to suffer from range anxiety, and they're always on the lookout for outlets during group rides, which some riders may find annoying.
Carl's Donuts.
Carl's Donuts.
Carl's Donuts. Carl. We're going to see Carl.
The final consideration I want to talk about when it comes to the Pint and group rides is the actual ride itself. Is there a planned route? Where will it go? How long will it be? And what type of terrain is involved? I ask because given the 8-mile range of the Pint, that means you need a plan to stay either within a 4-mile radius so that you can make it back to your starting point, or plan a place to charge and hang out. Terrain is also important because while the Pint can hold its own on many types of terrain, some terrain will drain the battery faster than others. For this ride, we plan to ride through the park, have a snack, and take a break at a local donut place. After our treat, we headed back to the park to mess around. The Las Vegas group guys, they were really good about staying together and waiting at certain intervals so that everyone, including the slow riders like myself, could keep up.
But again, I'm just a cruiser. I don't do crazy stuff.
I like to cruise on my board with snowboard.
Yeah. Those donuts aren't going to help your cause, man.
Now for what happened on this beautiful day in Las Vegas to make me feel like I had won the jackpot. I dare say that I did something on this day that no other one-wheeler has ever done. Ever. You see, I was riding along, chatting with the guys, when out of nowhere a bird flies out of a bush, grazes the leg of the rider to my right, and then flies right between my legs and off into the blue Las Vegas sky.
Oh, okay.
Whoa! Holy, did you see that?
I got you.
It just
It went right between my legs.
Mine hit between
It
it.
went between
It
my
hit my,
legs.
it hit my thing.
What happened?
A bird hit my leg, went
clipped
through
you.
his leg.
Between my legs. And I missed it. Oh,
Your camera's facing the other way.
I know, it's facing the wrong way. That
And
is
funny as hell.
crazy.
It's funny, I read that post not that long about anybody take a bird to the face. No, but my friend took one through the legs.
That is a lucky 7. A bird flying right between my legs while riding on a one-wheel. Unfortunately, I didn't capture it on camera, but I did capture the moment and the reaction. After this incident, I'm seriously considering getting a 360-degree camera. GoPro, if you want to send me one to try out, I'm happy to give it a test. The next jackpot moment came at the end of our ride when Vace's Pint runs out of batteries. Serendipitously, the Pint just happened to die right in front of an abandoned shopping cart. The only shopping cart I remember seeing on this entire ride. You can see for yourself how we made good use of this fortune. That's another lucky 7. I feel so fortunate to have been able to meet with and ride with the Las Vegas Onewheel group. I love meeting up with folks and riding, and it makes it all the more fun when the strangers that I meet with and ride with are good people that I can call friends. And that's my last lucky number 7, being able to meet and make new friends, giving me a jackpot 777. I hope you enjoyed this ride as much as I did. I feel lucky to have been able to be a part of it. I also hope that you learned a little bit about how to approach the Pint when it comes to group rides. If you take into consideration the group, the rider, and the ride, and all the factors I talked about, and adjust your expectations accordingly, you will have a successful ride. So much of life is attitude. This ride almost didn't happen because of bad weather. I missed videoing the bird flying between my legs because I didn't have the right angle. The Pint ran out of batteries before we could reach the end of our ride. You could dwell on the negatives, but what good would come from that?
That was awesome.
How perfect was that?
How perfect? Yeah, it was just given to you.
Right spot, like,
You're doing something right with your life.
Yeah, I'm a nice guy. I'm a nice guy.
place one wheel here.
How did that even happen?
Yeah.
Look, we were riding down Sunset, right on Eastern, ran out of juice, and we jumped in a shopping cart. Look,
Right there.
it was perfect. The homeless had this guy on pat right there on real.
Oh my God.
On point. On point. Hit
It was
it.
the most perfect thing ever. It was like,
Well, we've had a couple amazing things happen to us on this ride.
yeah.
That bird between my legs.
Yes.
I don't know how to. I wish we had that on
First it
camera.
hit your leg
Just,
and then
just grazed my leg.
grazed your
I was
leg
like,
and then
what
went right
the-
between
and
my
just-
legs.
Unbelievable.
One.
What's
We're all
up?
gonna point at
yeah.
it. We'll just point at it. All right. 1, 2, 3. All right. Thanks, guys.
Everybody say Jimmy Chang. What's up?
Come on.
Las Vegas was so much fun. My wife and I ate some amazing food. For your information, the best food is just minutes off the strip. Here are some of our favorites. Delicious and very affordable. We also saw a few shows and I even got called up to have my mind read. I still don't know how the guy did it. I'll be returning soon for CES in January 2020. I'll be busy with that show, but the Vegas guys, if you guys want to ride again, let's make it happen. Thanks for watching, and as always, remember to wear your safety gear.